Hello, everyone. Welcome to another segment of intellectual brainstorming and academic excellence. My name, once again, is David Oni, and my YouTube channel is David Oni Ruiz. As you all know, we always come up with wonderful videos on academics. We always brainstorm on academic, topics, and we try to relate these ideas to our students so that they can improve in their academic, excellently. You know, we want you to subscribe to our channel. Our YouTube channel is David Lewis. Subscribe to this channel and leave the notification or click on the notification button and leave your comment as well as click on the like button. Today we're going to be concluding on the structure and organization of the government. So today we're looking at government and we are concluding on the structure and organization organization of government. As we all know, we have treated the topic on the legislature. We have looked at the executive. So today we're going to look at the judiciary. The judiciary. Judiciary. The judiciary. So the judiciary is the third organ of government responsible for the interpretation of the law of the law, or law adjudication law adjudication. So the judiciary is the third organ of the government, and as the third organ of the government, it is responsible for the interpretation of law or for adjudication of a law. Apart from being responsible for the interpretation of law, it is also the responsibility and the duty of the judiciary to settle disputes. So the judiciary settle disputes between the executive and the legislature. It settles disputes between the citizens and the government. It also settles disputes between the citizens and the organizations. So the judiciary performs numerous functions. And apart from the functions of the judiciary is made up of the Supreme Court. We have the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, Court of Appeal. We have the High Court, the High Court, the Magistrate Courts, the Magistrate Court, the Customary Courts, the Administrative Courts, and the tribunals. So, as you can see, the judiciary comprises of what? Of different courts. We have the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in Nigeria. The Supreme Court is the highest court in Nigeria. We also have the Court of Appeal. We have the High Court, the Magistrate Court, the Customary Court, the Administrative Court, and the tribunals. These are the various courts that we have in the Nigeria. Now let us now quickly look at the functions of the judiciary. The functions of the judiciary. The functions of the judiciary. Functions of the judiciary. Number one, settlement of disputes. Number two, interpretation of the law. Interpretation of the law. Number three, punishment of offenders. Determining electoral petitions. Number five, advice to the president. And we also have number six, guardian of the Constitution. Guardian of the Constitution. So these are some of the functions of the judiciary. Number one, we said we wrote here settlement of dispute. It is the duty of the judiciary to settle dispute. Among the dispute that the judiciary can settle here, it can settle dispute between the two organs of the government, that is, the legislature and the executive arm of government. It can settle dispute between individuals in the society or individuals versus organizations, or it can even settle dispute between the executive arm of government and the organization. So settlement of dispute. The interpretation of the law. That's the primary function of the judiciary, to interpret the law. Then punishment of offenders. Those that fail to to adhere to the body of rules and regulations are punished by the judiciary. And we should also note that the punishment that should be given to an individual should be equal to the offense he has committed. In other words, an individual should not be made to be punished beyond the level of what of offense he has committed. In a situation like that, then the judiciary is what is being biased. Then determining of what of electoral petitions. Whenever elections are held and dissatisfied candidates, can they go to the court to seek a redress? They can go to a tribunal who will determine who is actually the true winner of the election. Then advice to the government or to the president. The judiciary can also advise the president on prerogative of mercy, or who the president should give mercy or should pardon. That's what we call prerogative of what of mercy. Such an advice is done by the judiciary. Then guardian of what of the constitution. The judiciary is the guardian of the constitution. It makes sure that the rights and liberties of the people are well protected under the constitution. And what are we saying here? That the law is supremacy of the constitution. Now, let us now look at another subtopic. Let us now look at problems facing the judiciary, or we can call it challenges of judiciary. Number one, it is underfunded. It is underfunded. Number two, lack of personnel. Lack of personnel. Number 3, bribery and corruption. Bribery and corruption. Bribery and corruption. Number 4, political interference. Political interference. Political interference. Number 5, congestion in courts. In courts. And number 6, appointment by the executive. Appointment by the executive. Appointment by the executive. Then number 7, corrupt corrupt climate. The judiciary finds itself. So these are some of the problems facing the judiciary. Number 1, it is poorly funded. The judiciary is not well funded in Nigeria and other developing countries of the world. And because it is poorly funded, there is always this problem is always facing the judiciary. Then we can say number 8, poor remuneration. Poor remuneration. Poor remuneration. Number 2, let us quickly do that. Lack of personnel. Because of the problem facing judiciary, they do not have enough personnel because most of their personnel they seek greener pastures. In most cases, so they lack personnel because of what? Because of lack of funding or they are poorly remunerated. Then bribery and corruption. A lot of judicial officials engage in bribery and corruption. So this is hampering the progress of the judiciary. Then political interference. The political interference is always coming from the so-called executive and the legislative arm of government. And because of this, the judiciary cannot function effectively. For example, the appointment of judicial officers, that is senior appointment, is done by the executive arm of government. And he who plays what the tune, he who plays the piper, they takes what the tune. So for that reason, it cannot function very well. The other one is what we call congestion in court. The court is what is over congested, and because of the congestion, there is always delay in justice, and justice delayed is justice denied. Then appointment by the executive, because they are usually appointed by the executive, it makes them not to be able to function very very well. Then corrupt climate the judiciary find himself. The climate in which judiciary find itself, most especially in developing countries, what is a very corrupted climate, and this militates against the effectiveness of judiciary. Then poor remuneration. The judiciary, which is number 8, is not well. They are not well paid, and because they are not well paid, you see that there is a mass exodus of judicial personnel to other fields of endeavor where they are greener pastures. Now let us quickly look at what we call, because of our time, independence of the judiciary. Independence of the judiciary. Independence of the judiciary. Of the judiciary. Now, when you're talking about the independence of the judiciary, we are saying that the judiciary should be able to take its own decision without any fear or favor. It should be able to dispense justice without any fear or favor. It should be able to dispense justice irrespective of how highly placed an individual is before the law. In other words, the judiciary should be able to dispense justice in a fair manner, without any favor, in a fair manner. So that's what we're saying. So judiciary should be independent. And how can we guarantee the independence of the judiciary? Number 1, appointment should not be made by the executive. By the executive. Number 2, it should be funded. It should be funded independently. independently, not from the executive, not from the executive. Then number three, long tenure of service. Number four, it should be well remunerated. It should be well remunerated. Then there should be regular promotion. There should be regular promotion. That's it. There should be regular promotion. Then creation of more courts. Creation of more courts. So these are some of the ways through which we can guarantee the independence of the judiciary. Appointment should be made, number one, by the should not be made by the executive. The judicial arm of government should not be appointed by the executive arm of government. If it is not appointed by the executive arm of government, this will guarantee the independence of the judiciary. That is number one point. Then number two, it should be funded independently, not from the executive. The judiciary should not be funded by the executive arm of a government. There should be a private fund that should fund the judicial arm of a government. When the judicial arm of government is funded independently, then it will be in a position to dispense justice in a fair manner without any fear or favor. And by so doing, it will guarantee the liberties and the rights and the fundamental human rights of the people in the society. Then number three, long tenure of service. The judicial personnel should be given long tenure of service. When they have a long tenure of service, you can be rest assured that they can be able to dispense just without any fear or favor. Then it should be well remunerated. Judicial officials should be well paid by an independent body. They should be well paid and not poorly paid. By being poorly paid, they can be easily buy over or influenced by the executive arm of government and other individuals in the society or organizations. Then another one, there should be regular promotion. Judicial personnel should be regularly promoted, not being in a particular position for a long period of years without any form of promotion. By so doing, it will hamper them or it will not make them to be independent. Then creation of more courts. There's the problem of congestion in the court system, in the judicial system. But by creating more court system, you can be rest assured that justice will be dispensed on a regular basis. So that the issue of what of people are waiting trials over the years or cases what elongating over a long period of years will not be a what will be a thing of the past. So there should be creation of what of more courts to guarantee independence of the judiciary. On this note, we are going to end our topic on the structure and the organization of a government. Don't forget, we have done the executive arm of government, we have done the legislature, now we have done the judicial arm of government. That means we're through with this topic for now. So, on that note, we're going to end this topic on the structure and organization of a government. My name, once again, is David Oni, and my YouTube channel, as you all know, is David Oni Wills. We want to use this medium to say a very big thank you to people that are coming back to watch our videos, and we encourage those that have not subscribed to our channel to do the same thing. Kindly subscribe to our channel, leave your comments, click on the notification button, and don't forget to click the like button. Your comment is very important because you help us in a very long way. For those that are coming back to watch our video, we say a very big thank you. And for those of you that have not subscribed, we implore you to subscribe to our channel. And clicking on the notification button, whenever we have a video coming up, you can be one of the people that would have be the first to be notified about such a video. Once again, thank you and God bless. You'll see you again next time. God bless. Bye bye.